Hi, welcome to Video Math Lessons. This is a Algebra 2 and Trigonometry 5-minute review, roughly, of rational numbers. This lesson is going to be specifically rational equations. So let's get started. So here we go. It says solve for x. 4x over x minus 3 equals 2 plus 12 over x minus 3. So when they talk about rationals, they usually mean fractions. And some people get a little nervous when they talk about fractions. So just remember, you can do this. So here we go. So what I'm going to use for this, now there's two different ways. It depends on how your teacher taught you. So I do it by, I'm going to find a common denominator, and I multiply each term by the common denominator. So what I do is I'm going to put this little 2 over a 1, and I look at all the denominators, all the bottoms, and I see an x minus 3, a 1, and an x minus 3. So my CD is x minus 3. So let me rewrite the problem, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each term by x minus 3. And in reality, what it's going to look like is I'm just putting x minus 3 upstairs of each fraction in the numerator. Now I'll put parentheses around these x minus 3's. And this is actually what's going to be nice about it is my goal is I don't want fractions. I don't want to deal with fractions. So I'm going to try to knock out the bottoms, knock out the denominators. So I'm going to multiply each term by x minus 3. And so let's look what happens. This one cancels this one. So I just get 4x equals, nothing cancels, so I keep it 2 parentheses x minus 3 plus x minus 3's cancel. I get a 12. And now the goal is just to solve it. Now it's just a regular little equation. So I'm going to distribute and solve it. So I get x equals 3. Now, what you have to do, though, when you do these fractions, you have to check. Now, you want to check to make sure it works. That's the first thing. You know, that's important. And what we also have to do is check to see that it is no undefined. I don't want to mess up the fraction. I'm not allowed to have 0 in the denominator. So the bad number, the only bad number that would really mess this problem up is a 3, because it would make 0 downstairs. Guess what? I hit a 3. I cannot use 3. So this is a reject. Notice, I'm not crossing it out. I'm not scribbling it out. I just say it's a reject. So my answer for this problem is no solution. It might look like this, where they write no solution. It might look as an empty set like this, or they might even put it as a null set, saying, oh, there's no answers. So let's try it again. So number 2, solve algebraically. And all right, this has a couple of things in it. This is a really good one here. Let's see here. There's a minus sign. Not crazy about that, but let's work on that. This is backwards, it looks. Okay, I'm not crazy about that. And this is a quadratic. So what I could do is I can kind of factor this quadratic as x plus 3, x minus 3. And this is a -1 trick. So let me just clean this up a little bit. So 1 over x plus 3 minus 2, and I call it a -1 trick. It's really called factoring out a negative. And if I take out a -1 downstairs, it flips it. So it'll be x minus 3. It goes the other way. So I haven't done any math yet. I just rewrote the question in factored form here. So I haven't done anything yet to it. I just cleaned it up, fixed it a little bit so it might help me. So when I'm looking at this, and oh, this is nice. This is going to cancel the negative, so that's going to make positive. I like that. So my CD is actually going to be x plus 3, x minus 3. So when I take care of this right now, get rid of this. So I put x plus 3, x minus 3 upstairs of everybody. And then we'll cancel out and see what's left. All right, right, so now the first one, x plus 3 cancels. So I get 1 times x minus 3, which is just x minus 3, plus x minus 3's cancel, and the one thing cancels, so I get 2 parentheses x plus 3 equals, these both cancel, that's nice, and I get a 4. Now sometimes this could be a quadratic, you'd have to set it to 0 and solve it. This worked out pretty nice actually. So this is x minus 3 plus 2x plus 6. I'm just going to solve this now. So I get x equals 1/3. Now what would be bad for this problem is a positive 3 makes that a 0, or negative 3. So those two answers are bad. I actually checked this out. I know it works. So that's the answer. Oh, thanks for joining me. Hopefully this helps, and just remember, you can do this. Just practice, practice, practice. Have a nice night.